Happy spring from the Arts and Medicine studio. Today we're going to try to figure out something that's very confusing to me. And it's time. At the studio, some artwork represents time so beautifully. I remember a sibling that came to the clinic for the first time with his sister. And he created this amazing clock. Tick tock. Then when we go in the back and we have to wait, there are the windows and you could see the Hudson in New Jersey. So an easel by the window can produce the seasonal change of the river, of the day, of the time. But then again, when I have fun, time flies. When I wait, time just doesn't move. So I have to get help. And I recruited Ishan, who said he knows the right person to help us get more frustrated with the idea of time and figure out that we could take time any way we want and create new art to make sure that we will use our time in creativity. Hi, Ishan.
Hi, I share your confusion, Nitsa, with time because when I am having fun, time just flies. And when I am waiting and I'm sitting in one place and I'm not doing much, time slows down. And it's so slow and it's so boring. And 1 hour feels like 12 hours. So I have a friend with me today who is an artist who works with time. I want to welcome Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie. Thank you for coming to help us.
And I have with me my friend Billy. She's having nap time. Yeah.
I don't know, when I fall asleep, all of a sudden it's 8 hours later and I wake up. I mean, like, how does that happen? Lizzie, help us.
Is really difficult to understand, right? Like you were saying, sometimes it goes really, really slow. And then sometimes it feels like it's just slipping away. You're like you can't get enough and it's moving way too fast. And I think that's just, because time is so um, connected to our experiences, our experience in our day-to-day life. Um, and so it's flexible, which is kind of cool as an artistic um, medium, right? We can play with it. We can think about it like clay, right? Like something that we can sculpt or change, because our experience of it changes so dramatically depending on what we're doing.
So what do? You're saying time is flexible. Do you hold it and bend it, or like, how do you express the flexibility of time?
Well, that's a great question. Um, a few years ago, for instance, I made a video project about my little sister. I felt, because we were living far away from each other, that she was growing up way too fast. And so every time that I came to visit her, I asked her to sit still for 10 minutes because I just wanted to freeze her in time. And I took a video of her sitting still for 10 minutes. But what I found was when I sped the video up, that it was impossible for her to be still. And so we see her wiggling her fingers, yawning, and um, 10 minutes, it seems, for her felt like an eternity, even though when we look at it, it was not that much time at all. So that's one example of a way that I play with time in my artwork.
That is so cool, Lizzie. And I could definitely see that that 10 minutes was the longest 10 minutes of her life. It was passing so slow. and she looked so bored. And I feel the same way about time. And I made an artwork, and I was so inspired when I saw that video and how you play with time that I sat down and I thought, and I started looking at the clock. And I said, this is not accurate. How can the time from, around noon when I'm so hungry and I'm waiting for lunch and the time is passing so slow, how can that be the same time as when I'm having fun? And how can that be an hour and when I'm having fun be an hour when that passes so quickly? So I made an accurate clock.
Let us see.
And this clock is accurate to how I experience time.
Ishan, is that me?
That is you.
Oh
And
my
right
God.
now we are filming. And here's Nitsa Pizza. And we are filming with Nitsa. And this is when I wake up in the morning and Juno is crying because she wants to eat. And then this is when I'm waiting for lunch. And it passes so slowly. And this is when I'm sleeping. And it's like 8 or 9 hours, but it passes so fast. From when I'm cooking dinner to when I'm sleeping, this time passes so quickly because you just close your eyes and you go to sleep. And then before you know it, it's time to wake up again.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ishan. And thank you for including me in your time. Lizzie, did you make something? Did you make a clock for us today?
Wow.
I made a clock that is based on a whole year and how I experience time through a whole year. So we start with the winter, and there are all sorts of things like snowmen and mittens and warm weather or cold things that keep you warm in the winter. But there's also darkness because it's darker in the winter, and some good food that I like I love hot chocolate. But you'll notice that the winter is really, really long on my time clock necklace. It feels so long to me because the cold feels really hard and it's not so light out. It feels like it's dark all the time. But then you get a little bit of sun and some flowers start blooming, and I feel really happy because it's my birthday in the springtime. And very fast after that, it gets to be summer and there's big sun. And I start thinking about the water, and I start craving ice cream. And sometimes I even get to go swimming. That's me going swimming. And really cold after the summer feels like it goes so fast because it's so fun. And then it's the fall and I have to wear a sweater and I go back to school. And it's Halloween. I love Halloween. And there's pumpkin makes pumpkin pie. So that happens in due time. And then there's fall leaves. And sometimes the fall goes right into the winter. The thing about my clock is I like to, you can kind of twist it. And sometimes seasons mess up with each other, like it snows in the springtime or it feels really warm in the fall. And so it's flexible. And I can also wear it, and Billy can wear it.
So Lizzie, could you tell me how you made your time necklace?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first I started just by making drawings that reminded me of the different seasons, and anything that came to mind, I just drew. Then I cut out all of the drawings and left a little extra space to create a hole at the top so that the rope could fit through the hole. Then I took my rope and I tied a little knot at the very end, and I put the snowman shape down first and strung it all the way down the whole long rope. And I just started making knots, and each time I made a knot, I put a memory or a picture with that knot and kept on going. And I tried to make the knots spaced in a way that made sense to my experience of those seasons and how they unfold in time.
Thank you so much, Lizzie, for sharing with us not only the flexibility of time, like how long is winter compared to the other seasons, and also your passion to trying to work something so confusing out as an artist. Ishan, what do you think? Do you think we should share with Lizzie artwork that our artist friends would send to us with their perception of time?
Absolutely. So if you send us your artwork, we will be sure to share it with Lizzie, and we would love to hear what she says. And it doesn't have to be like my clock. It doesn't have to be like Lizzie's clock. It can be totally different. It can even be a video like she made. You could make a time-related video of anything around you and maybe teach us something about your time.
Or just one word. Maybe there's one word that for you is representative of time. Send it to ainitza@gmail.com, and we can't wait to see you again. I hope you can come back and play with us again, Lizzie. Thank you so much.
Me too. Thank you guys. This is so fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.